Welcome back to another episode of the Iron Pony Show. This week, it's a motorcycle adventure to Death Valley. We're gonna try to see as many locations as possible before this day is through. We're talking Tacoma Hot Springs, Badwater Basin, Dante's View, Furnace Creek, Mesquite Sand Dunes, and 20 Mule Team Canyon. Can we do it? Only one way to find out. You gotta keep watching. Hey, it's Cody, and we woke up at the Tacoma Hot Springs Desert Resort on the edge of Death Valley. Just a little 4-hour motorcycle ride from Los Angeles north, or if you're in Las Vegas, a little 1.5-hour ride south. We are in the middle of freaking nowhere. So much so that I have no cell reception, can't Instagram, can't Twitter, can't Facebook, can't use my GPS. So I have a feeling we might be asking people for directions today. I don't know. We're gonna try to go into Death Valley. We're gonna try to see the Badwater Basin, Furnace Creek, and the crater. I don't even really know what those words mean because I've never been here before, but how about we go discover it together? Yeah, time to ride out. See you Cody's roadies on the road. Blah, 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 blah. Let's shift gears, change lives. On today's episode, you'll be riding through the desert with Jigger, Dynaloya, and your faithful host, hey, it's Cody. First stop, the Crowbar Saloon in Shoshone Village. Breakfast is always at the top of the to-do list. Alrighty, first stop, the Crowbar. I think there's Wi-Fi here, so we can look at some directions, figure out where we are. It's so pretty here. It kind of has like a Joshua Tree feel, but I've never ridden anywhere like this before. Don't fall over this.
Really?
Peep Jigger hopping that fence like a pro. The things we do for the shot, or for me. Nothing says the Old West quite like a saloon in the middle of the desert. They even have a piano to underscore their shenanigans. Now on to food. Got some Frenchy toast here, so good. So
This
Jigger got some oatmeal and some eggs.
and I gotta scrape off my brown sugar for some reason. It's just...
And there's a winter weather warning. So, we will see. But I just rode through hail in Zion a couple weeks ago, so I feel like bring on the winter weather.
I think the air's thinner here, so I'm feeling like I'm getting very lightheaded.
Maybe it's just because you're around me and I'm so hot. Okay, so maybe not. If our faces are anything to go by. Elevation sickness is real, folks. So we talked to the bartender, and it turns out there's 2 different routes that you could go to get up to the Badwater Basin. And my tank only gets 100 miles per fill-up, so gas is always a concern, especially when you are in Death Valley. So we're gonna go down to start, and then when we come back, we'll go up. So we're gonna see it all. We started our journey in the Shoshone Village in Inyo County. While many people might think of Death Valley as uninhabitable, the Timbisha Shoshone tribe has actually lived here for thousands of years. But when colonial settlers arrived in 1880, their population was forced off the land and weren't even given a reservation until 1982, of only 40 acres in the hottest section of the desert. Fortunately, the tribe persevered in negotiations with the National Park Service. And in the year 2000, they regained 7,500 acres of their ancestral homelands within the park. 120 years of a battle well fought. On a lighter note, just look at that skyline. I've never ridden anywhere quite like this before. Coming in at a whopping 3.4 million acres, Death Valley is the largest national park in the contiguous 48 states. Contiguous meaning sharing a common border or touching, so Hawaii and Alaska don't count here. Death Valley also holds the record for the hottest April temperature anywhere in North America. On April 22, 2012, Death Valley soared to a crazy 113 degrees. So being here in April in the desert, I was expecting it to be scorching. It looks hot, but it's not. I'm cold, even though you said it was gonna be warm. Look how pretty it is though. Oh my gosh. Deserts get a bad rap for being lifeless, but this national park is home to more than 1,000 species of plants, 50 of which are found nowhere else in the world. How cool is that? I'm so excited to get this show on the road and see all this stunning park has to offer. Stunning. Chef's kiss. Now that we've entered the park, we're off to our first stop of the day, Badwater Basin. It was once an Ice Age era lake called Lake Manly before it evaporated, leaving nearly 200 square miles of salt flats behind. Ooh, I want to ride my motorcycle on them. But as the groundwater continues to rise up through the deposits and evaporate, it creates super cool geometric polygons in the salt. They were really cool. Death Valley is the driest place in North America, with a total typical rainfall of about 2 inches per year. And in 1929, no rain fell at all. But in the past 6 months, the region has received nearly 5 inches of rain. Global warming. So we're really curious to see what the basin looks like now. We just made it to Badwater Basin, and holy smokes, it's windy, but it does not disappoint. The road here was a little bumpy in the beginning. Felt like it was jarring my kidneys a little bit. But wow, worth it. Every time we came around a corner, it was something new. It was snow-capped mountains. It was desert rocks. It was just so phenomenal. The scenery just keeps changing and evolving, and my mind is absolutely blown. Look at how cool. There's the salt and the green. I have no idea why it's green, but woo! But over there, a bunch of people are out there walking out onto it, and I think I definitely want to go do that, as long as I don't blow away first. We actually did head over there for a little bit because we wanted to check out the sea level marker. Badwater Basin is the lowest point in all of North America, coming in at negative 282 feet below sea level. I don't know if I've ever been below sea level before. It's pretty hard to imagine just how deep that is until you see it for yourself. Can you imagine this was all underwater at one point? But we liked our secluded spot better, so we went back over there to do some more exploring. Look how crazy this is.
Oh, it's water, isn't it?
Is it water? We weren't really sure if it's just water or sand or salt or what exactly everything is, so you're about to find out as we find out. It is water. I see running water. Oh my gosh. This is so... I put my hand over the camera. In its heyday, Lake Manly once held up to 700 feet of water. It's currently about 6 miles long, 3 miles wide, and 1 foot deep, which is just deep enough to kayak in, even though we didn't. All in all, this is a super rare event, and I feel so honored I got to witness this. Oh, wow.
I think
it's crunchy because it's salty. The texture is so crazy. It's like, it feels like thick. Feels like it's solid, but then it's like really mushy. So you can kind of see it like going in. Like you think that it would be not mushy, and then it is. Like look, the little sand is like salt has like crystallized, and then you can like just break it off. Oh my gosh, it's like, oh, the sand is like built up. It's so crazy. Can you see the running water over here? I feel like this is dangerous. Okay, yeah, no.
Don't fall in there.
Okay. We can't walk that far out. I'm just so blown away by the green and the white. Is this a wonder of the world? It should be. Oh my God. The freaking wind. Oh my gosh. The freaking wind just blew me into the water. I've seen other content creators post Badwater Basin videos online and knew that we were in for a treat. But the pics and videos just don't do it justice. I was literally in awe. I mean, we're looking at a lake that hasn't been around since the Ice Ages. How cool is that? I'm not gonna lie, I was having a really tough week when Jigger reached out to me about this Death Valley trip. He knows the way to cheer me up is planning an adventure, and filming it, of course. Next up, Dante's View. But first, we had to take some pics. Jigger always finds the good scenery and knows how to set up the shot, even if it's annoying and it's in the middle of the road. But look how cute these turned out! 10 points to Jigger in. The guys that named the next part of this landscape clearly went very hardcore. Dante's View is a viewpoint terrace 5,476 feet high on the north side of Coffin Peak alongside the crest of the Black Mountains. Dun dun dun! What's cool about it is that on very clear days, you can see both the lowest and highest peaks in the country at the same time. Mount Whitney at 14,505 feet and Badwater Basin negative 282 feet below sea level. Fun fact, these 2 points are only 100 miles apart. Wow! Sick.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we made it all the way to the top of Dante's View. I don't even know if you're ready for this. This is majestic. Whoa.
Dante's View got its name from members of the Borax Company who thought it looked like the 9 circles of hell. But in 1977, movie producers thought it looked like the Star Wars planet Tatooine. This exact shot can be seen in the original trilogy, Episode 4, A New Hope, overlooking the infamous cantina of the Mos Eisley Spaceport. Whoa, I see it.
Hey, what do we think of this view?
This is one of the most beautiful views I've ever seen. This gives Zion a run for its money. My mouth is cold. It's making funny word sounds. It was 30-mile-per-hour winds. Did you see over here too? Wow. Ugh. I mean, just look at all that. Holy freaking smokes.
The lighting is really good right here.
The lighting is really good. Look, those people hiked all the way down there. I feel like Jigger's not down for that. Jigger almost got us lost on the way up here because there was this dirt road, but we eventually found it and it was definitely worth the extra time to get up here, but it is freezing, so I'm gonna have Jigger take some B-roll and I'm gonna go warm up. Have fun.
Not only is Dante's View incredible during the day, but it's also breathtaking at night. As an international dark sky park, Death Valley has no light pollution, and in the true darkness, you can see the Milky Way with the naked eye, which I really wanted to do, but we weren't about to come back at night. Brrr. Look at this twisty road. It was so fun cruising around here, but the gang was starting to get hungry, so it was time to head to the only oasis within a 100-mile radius, Furnace Creek, where we could grab food, water, and gas. Or so we thought.
Look how cute this place is. It's kind of a little oasis in the middle of absolutely nothing. We're a couple miles down from Badwater Basin, and now we're in Furnace Creek?
Furnace Creek.
Furnace Creek. And there was like a little ice cream shop, general store. I guess there's cabins around here, and we're gonna go to the Wild Rose Tavern, maybe get some pizza, definitely gonna drink some water. The wind is kicking my ass. Come on in. Ooh. Look, shuffleboard, your favorite. So, a little wrench thrown in our plans. Their food truck didn't get delivered, so they were out of everything except chili, which Jigger got. Luckily, I had packed an orange, so orange and water. Yay!
Am I supposed to be looking here? The wind's starting to kick up.
We're starting to get that winter weather warning happening. What else is gonna get thrown at us? Who knows? That's what happens when you ride motorcycles in the middle of nowhere. Let's go.
So remember the piddly 40 acres given to the Timbisha? Well, you guessed it. It was Furnace Creek, where the temp is in the triple digits 5 months out of the year. And in the mornings, it doesn't drop below 80 degrees. Furnace Creek also holds the world record for highest temperature ever recorded. In July of 1913, it hit 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Whew, that heat is not messing around. But we are, and it's time to look for the next location with a little more star power. to the dunes! The mesquite sand dunes, to be exact, named for the mesquite tree which grows in the area. Fun fact, the trees must twist and grow to avoid being buried and are often exposed by the shifting sands. These dunes are also a habitat for many animals, including the sidewinder rattlesnake and nocturnal kangaroo rats. Next time we'll have to visit at night to view the stars. And look for these little cuties. We just made it to the Mesquite Sand Dunes in Death Valley National Park. Now there is sand everywhere in the desert, but there are not sand dunes. Why is that? Well, to create sand dunes, you need 3 things. You need a supply of sand, a strong wind, and something to slow that wind. Sand erodes from the mountains around Death Valley. Winds from the north carry sand down the valley until they hit the bulk of Tucky Mountain, towering behind you, causing the sand to collect at its foot. Southerly winds form a huge eddy in the leeward side of the same mountain, adding even more sand. The sands shift with every windstorm, but the dunes are trapped in place. Let's go take a look.
Why is my hair like that?
Because it's so windy. All right, we are walking all up and down these sand dunes. We lucked out because it rained earlier, and so the sand is really packed in. Look at this view. Hello, Jigger. Focus on Jigger. The sun finally peeked out for us. Hello, sun. It was so cold at the top of Dante's Peak. Now we are, I think we're below sea level again. I feel like Moses wandering in the desert, waiting for it to rain manna, which is bread. I would love for it to rain bread. It's a Carby Barbie's dream.
Sure.
Is the sand cold?
It feels really good. Yeah. And it's wet too. All right, guys, there's a lot of walking. Ready?
Oh, really?
There's a lot up and down.
Sean wasn't kidding. The Mesquite Sand Dunes span over 2 miles, and there's no set hiking trail to reach the high dune at its center, which is 100 feet tall. Judging by the footprints, most people don't make it over the first few belts of sand. But we did, with energy to spare. Sorta.
Come on! Oh my gosh. It just keeps going and going and going. Look at this, crazy.
But seriously, I feel like I'm in the movie Dune over here, watching the spice blow around. Can you see the sand blowing off the dune? Nature's freaking wild, man.
Holy guacamole. You ready to roll down the hill? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I'm dizzy. I'm so dizzy.
Hey, buddy.
I think I'm dizzy. You might have to
Carry you back?
have to carry me back or ride my bike home.
Walking over the dunes, snaking through the desert, I can't help but feel in awe of this place. The vast and seeming emptiness of it all. But I think we have time to hit at least one more stop. So onward and upward towards sea level we go! Our next location has to do with Death Valley's main export, borax. Borax is a salt used to make cleaning supplies, and from 1883 to 1898, Harmony Borax Works used 20 mule teams, consisting of 18 mules and 2 horses, to transport the ore. The wagons weighed 9 metric tons, and each animal on the team had to learn a specific job to keep the giant wagons from tipping over on the 165-mile, 10-day hike through the winding desert. We had to ditch our Harleys and jump in a truck for this next section, the Badlands. And they were bad. To the bone. Na 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 na. Turns out this is also a Star Wars location. George Lucas decided that this was the perfect place to put Jabba the Hutt's palace. Another Tatooine fave! We are driving through 20 Mule Canyon, I think. The boys are both filming with their Insta360s out the window. And now I'm about to film out the window. It's so pretty. It all worked out for the best because we always make the best out of everything. So stoked to be here with these boys. So pretty. And I love sunsets. They're always an amazing time to be in gratitude for your day. And that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. Grateful. Grateful for my amazing friends and motorcycles and the beauty of Death Valley and everything we got to experience today. There's always going to be challenges, but those make the good times that much sweeter. And we got back just in time for the temperature to drop and the wind to really start howling. But for us, it's dinner time! We are at Steaks and Beer. It is attached to where we're staying. And I got this vegetarian pasta and it is freaking amazing. Like, homemade. They just made it. You can totally tell. The freshest ingredients. It's so good. Jigger got the Salisbury steak. It's so good. If you're ever by here, make sure you come stop by because this is freaking delicious. This is that crazy winter weather warning that we're experiencing. Our friends who are meeting us here tonight actually got caught in snow on the way in from Vegas. Whew! Time to hunker down for the night so our windburnt faces don't fall off in the hot springs tomorrow. So at last, we arrive back to where we started it all, in the Tacoma Hot Springs. Bright and early and ready to get toasty. Ready? Oh my God, it's so bright. Okay, we're going to the hot springs. I got my OnlyFans towel. So it's in our same building. I'm not quite sure I understand. I guess they've just tapped into the hot springs below and harnessed it into these little hot tubs. So you just come in here. And then we close the door and it's our own private hot springs. It says clothing is optional. We recommend no clothing, no bathing suits inside the pools. So I guess we're gonna have to take this off, so pause. We have our ducky friend right here.
There he is. One for the bucket list, right?
Yeah, Jigger has a 4-day weekend, so he was like, what are you doing this weekend? You want to go somewhere fun? And of course I'm like, absolutely, let's go. It's 104 degrees.
It's really hot.
Well, thanks so much for watching. Smash that like and subscribe button and comment where we should ride to next. We'll catch you Cody's roadies out in the wild. Let's shift gears and change lives.
Only one more.
That's a wrap on our motorcycle adventure through Death Valley. We hope we inspired you to get out there and travel more. Shout out to Jigger for filming, Rachael for editing, and Sean for riding with us. P.S. There were natural Tacoma hot springs outside the motel, but we didn't find out till after we left. So guess we'll just have to come back. Tune in next week for our Bikini Bike Wash for Rebels with a Cause episode. Catch you Cody's roadies out in the wild. Let's shift gears, change lives.